A great welcome to पूनम दुआ लिटरेचर क्लासेस। आज हम करेंगे एक बहुत ही फेमस बंगाली पोएट एंड राइटर माइकल मधुसूदन दत्त. He is considered to be the person who is responsible for the evolution of modernity in Indian writing, Indian English writing. This is his lifespan 1824 to 1873. Michael Madhusudan Dutt, Bengali poet dramatist, the first great poet of modern Bengali literature. ये पॉइंट आपको इनके बारे में लिखना ही लिखना है. He was educated at Hindu College, Calcutta. In 1843, he got converted and became a Christian. Here I have given the picture of Henry Louis Vivian Derozio, lifespan 1809 to 1831, and Michael Madhusudan Dutt, lifespan 1824 to 1873. Both of them belonged to Hindu College. Unlike Derozio, who was on the faculty of Hindu College, that was in the institution as a student. Michael Madhusudan Dutt यहाँ पर एक student थे. He arrived at the college after Derozio departed from it, but came to inculcate many of the same ideas that Derozio had tried to take to his students. जिस तरीके से Derozio ने अपने students को educate करने की व्यू पॉइंट्स को पुट करने की कोशिश की थी, the same were the viewpoints of Michael Madhusudan Dutt. अब आपको हिंदू कॉलेज की कुछ स्पेशलिटीज के बारे में बताती हूँ जिसकी वजह से माइकल मधुसूदन दत्त अट्रैक्ट हुए इंग्लिश कल्चर की तरफ. This university, Hindu college, stipulated that all the students had to dress as per the Western dressing sense, Western clothing, eat only European cuisine using cutlery, and learn British songs and speak only in English with the aim of creating an English middle class Indians who would serve as the clerks, as the officials in the colonial administration. ब्रिटिश लोगों का पर्पस था कि इंडिया से इस तरीके के यूथ को डेवलप किया जाए जो कि उनके एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में फ्यूचर में जाकर पूरी तरीके से कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाएंगे, पूरी तरीके से एटलीस्ट बाहर से एक इंग्लिश पर्सन होंगे. ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम एट हिंदू कॉलेज मधुसूदन डेवलप an aversion, I must say, and kind of hatred towards Indian culture. तो उनको लगा कि हमारा इंडियन कल्चर खराब है और ये ब्रिटिश कल्चर बहुत सुपीरियर है हमसे, एंड ही हैड अ डीप यर्निंग टू बिकम एक्सेप्टेड इनटू यूरोपियन कल्चर. उनको लगा कि मुझे ये यूरोपियन कल्चर, यूरोपियन पीपल, ब्रिटिश पीपल विल इजीली एक्सेप्ट मी टू बी अ ब्रिटिश लाइक देम. And he expressed these sentiments in one of his poetry also. Let us see which poetry. This poetry he wrote during his university days dedicating to British culture. Where man in all his truest glory lives, and nature's face is exquisitely sweet. For those fair climes I have impatient sigh, there let me live and there let me die. He wanted to live and die, being accepted as an Englishman. I can talk in English, I can walk in English, I can laugh in English. ये डायलॉग तो आपने सुना ही होगा, और इसी डायलॉग को पूरी तरीके से सही प्रूव किया हमारे माइकल मधुसूदन दत्त ने. ही कंप्लीटली अडॉप्टेड इंग्लिश, इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज, इंग्लिश कल्चर, इंग्लिश लिटरेचर, इंग्लिश पोएट्री, इंग्लिश मैनरिज्म्स इनटू हिज लाइफ. One of the teacher, Captain Richardson, at his college inspired him a lot. With the encouragement of Captain Richardson, his teacher at Hindu College, Madhusudan came into contact with several literary journals of India, all of them journals in English, of course. The Bengali Spectator, Literary Gleaner, Calcutta Literary Gazette, Literary Blossom, Comet, and he was quite happy कि उनकी कुछ पोइट्रीज, छोटी मोटी पोइट्रीज, छोटे मोटे आर्टिकल्स यहाँ पब्लिश होने शुरू हो गए थे. उनको लगा कि वो काफी अच्छे से इंग्लिश मॉडल्स को अब इमिटेट कर सकते हैं. I think all of us have studied British literature and we know how popular the sonnet form is in British literature. Many writers, even Shakespeare, uh, Sidney, and Spenser, so many poets have written sonnets in English. And Henry Derozio was the first, and Michael Madhusudan Dutt was the second Indian English writer to write in the sonnet form, so much a favorite to the poets of England. This is one of the sonnet that he dedicated to pupils, the students of Hindu college. It starts like this, expanding like the petals of young flowers. I watch the gentle opening of your minds. As I told you, he began to write in English during his days at Hindu College, Calcutta. He was extremely inspired by the English culture, English dressing sense, English language, English mannerisms. Some of his Hindu College period poems were published in contemporary English periodical of renown, which he himself used to enjoy reading. मधुसूदन्स पोम इन इंग्लिश इनकैप्सुलेट अ वाइड वैरायटी उनकी पोएट्री में बहुत वाइड वैरायटी थी ऐसा नहीं था कि किसी स्टीरियोटिपिकल स्टाइल में लिखा करते थे देयर आर शॉर्ट एपिग्राम्स lyric of romantic flavor sonnets of which at least one is in blank verse and a longer poem on king chorus divided into 6 stanzas of about 20 lines each हर तरीके की पोएट्री उन्होंने लिखी है उनके 5 फेमस प्लेस के नाम भी आप लोग देख लीजिए इसमें से जो कुछ भी याद रख पाए दैट विल बी गुड शर्मिष्ठा पद्मावती एकेई के बोले सभ्यता कृष्ण कुमारी एंड बुरो शैलिकर घारेरॉन ये सभी बहुत ही फेमस उनके प्लेस रहे हैं Then there are some narrative poetries as well. Tilottama Sambhava Kavya, Meghnad Bad Kavya, Brajgan Kavya, and Virangana Kavya. I must say he was a benchmark, iconic figure, iconic face of Bengali literature, having brought the Western forms of sonnets into Indian English literature, where translations were the norm. Generally उस टाइम पर translations बहुत normally हुआ करती थी. He was the first person, first original Bengali play लिखा जिन्होंने and even gave the masterpiece of Bengali epic poem मेघनाबध काव्या inspired by Milton's Paradise Lost epic form में लिखी गई है completely. As I told you, he is considered as the father of Bengali sonnet. This is the title which you need to learn about him. He was also a wonderful linguist besides Bengali, Sanskrit and Tamil Indian languages. He was very proficient in Greek, Latin, Italian and French and could read and write the last two languages with perfect grace and ease. Unfortunately, a writer of such a grace had painful last days. Madhusudan's last days were painful because of deaths, illness, and lack of treatment. He had no place of his own and had to take shelter in the library of the zamindars of Uttarpara, Hooghly, West Bengal. Unfortunately, he died in Calcutta General Hospital in 1873, in June 1873, and 3 days prior to his death, he recited a passage from, can you tell me from where this passage is taken? Out brief candle. This passage is actually about the absurdity of life. Passage taken from Shakespeare's Macbeth. अपने बहुत ही क्लोज फ्रेंड बेसिक को उन्होंने ये पोइट्री डेडिकेट की लास्ट टाइम में रिसाइट की टू एक्सप्रेस हिज डीपेस्ट कन्विक्शन ऑफ लाइफ out brief candle life is but a walking shadow a poor player. In the end, I'll say he was an iconic face of Bengali literature, the benchmark of Bengali literature. No one can be better than him, having brought the Western form of sonnets into Indian literature, the first person. One of the greatest figures, not just of Bengali but also of modern Indian literature. He was the one responsible behind the evolution of modernity in Indian English literature, credited for many poetic innovations that were created by merging Bengali language and stories with Western style, Western norms, Western forms. This helped mark the beginning of modern Bengali literature. So he was the man most famous for being associated with the Bengali Renaissance movement and, do not forget, known as father of Bangla sonnets. The last thing that I'll speak about him that he was a striking product, a great product of Bengal Renaissance, who brought in completely extremely new forms of writing to Bengali literature. एक नए तरीके का कल्चर लेकर आए थे वो बंगाली लिटरेचर में, बंगाली राइटिंग में और मॉडर्न इंग्लिश राइटिंग में and completely transformed the literary styles forever. He challenged the traditional literary systems with his multilingual knowledge in several Indian and European languages, including Bengali, Tamil, Sanskrit, Greek, and Latin. And he was in a Good position, great position to bring influence from foreign culture and styles to Indian literature. So this was a short video about this very famous Bengali poet. You may join the classes to cover all the topics in detail. During our classes, you will have live sessions, the group discussion with rest of the students, the live chat, live interaction with the faculty, and the PDFs as well. You can click the link given in description to get connected to us for admission. Thanks a lot for watching. Best of luck for your exams, and please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel.